What's going on, guys? About to check out a video about Ryan Upchurch. Apparently, they're saying something might not be able to be fixed. I don't know what they're talking about, but I want to check it out. Let's get straight into it. Hit the like button, share the video as well. That's cool.
Trying to dodge that thunder that keeps striking these hills.
You know, you see folks all the time when it comes to politics talking about, well, how can anyone fix this country in 4 years? How can anyone fix this country in 8 years? They can't. You'd need 200 years to fix this. You'd need a bicentennial to fix this. Why? You got to everybody's brain on so many different levels, that you can't explain it to anyone right now. They look at you like you're crazy. They don't know anything about broken English. They don't realize that all the buildings in the 1800s had all capital letters on them. I know some folks are like, well, that don't mean nothing. Yes, yeah, it does. It actually does. It means a lot. Our language is broken. No one even notices it because we've been living in a broken language for 200 years. I mean, think about it. Look at the Civil War. Was the Civil War civil? I don't think it was. It was very uncivil, is about what we're told. But look at how both sides got multiple names. You got the North and the South. You got the Union and the Rebels. You got the Yankees and the Confederates. No one ever mentions how the Union was originally called the Federates and the South was called the Rebels. They switched it to Federates against the Confederates using a prefix on the word Federate because it means with or without. But yet the Union calls it the War on Rebellion. There's documentation you can find from Real Film, REEL Film of America, where there's rich black folks that are being asked about being a slave and they have no idea what they're talking about. There's Real Film, REEL Film, of them interviewing Confederate soldiers after the war saying, who took over y'all? And they're saying people from Kentucky. And a lot of people have been like, well, there was no such thing as cameras back then or film. Yes, there was. Yes, there was. We've had films since 1888. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, the Civil War was over by then. No, not if you read history. The Civil War went on until damn near 1924. You got to keep it.
There's a lot of things that people don't know about the Civil War, right? There's a whole lot of things that they kind of don't tell you in schools, which is kind of crazy. When you think about that, why don't they tell you that in school? That's pretty strange, don't you think?
Keep in mind, the Indian War was right after the Civil War. Well, if there was Indians here also fighting, why are those two separate things? They're the same thing. So it went on until 1924. But once again, going back to broken English, you can't call a Native American an Indian. They'll tell you, don't call me that. I'm not from India. And you can't tell me it's false information. I learned that from a Navajo native. Now, let's talk about the Civil War again that was not civil. Are we going to sit here and look over the fact that the main fight was white guys versus other white guys that didn't like those white guys? Okay, so who was the white guys here already? And who was the white guys that came here trying to change society? Really? Now, how would they confuse you with that using words? Well, the natives that they're calling Indians for some reason, they would soon call them Redskins. And then the Confederates would soon be called rednecks. Even though if I do have a red neck, it's because my skin is red.
That's crazy. Now he's telling me some stuff that I did not know. Right? He's making a certain connections that I was like, I might have heard certain similar things, but I haven't made those connections yet.
Therefore, redneck and red skin is kind of the same thing. Well, that'd probably be why in the South you have a lot of Indian reservations. You have Creek tribe, you have Cherokee tribe. There's a few more that I don't know about in Georgia because I don't live in Georgia. But so you mean to tell me the redskin folks and the rednecks live in the same spot? You can call me whatever you want, but I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I'm a guy who just don't like politics. I guess I'm just independent since I'm independently thinking about this stuff.
Right.
When I say stuff, I mean history.
Yeah, independent thinker. Right? You're an independent thinker. You don't really like pay attention to that whole football team thing that's going on with the government.
A timeline. If you want to attach parties to the timeline, go ahead. But I'm only looking at the timeline. That's it.
Got a damn river. Just got the blades changed.
I love the rain. Let me rewind that back a little bit. I love the rain. I don't like being in it, but I love the rain. So relaxing.
Just got the blades changed on this. That way, hopefully tomorrow, I get my damn grass cut. Out here finally working on my Harley. I wanted these wheels for over a year. I had to save up for them. Okay. Finally got them. Got the back wheel, the front wheel. New tires, new rotors, the new brakes are in there. This front wheel right here is all messed up and shape messed up. It was unsafe to ride on, and it needed brake pads, and the rotors are shot.
Damn.
There's my front fender. Started pulling the little caps off. Got to pull this off, break the calipers down, and put new pads in the calipers, new rotors.
Okay.
Get the new front wheel on. Then I got a spacer that goes on the fender. So then I take all the rotor bolts, the washers, take a wire brush, clean them all up.
Oh.
See the difference? Check the rotor, make sure it was the same size.
Do you hold them when you do that? That's very dangerous as heck, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. If you hold them when you
That's the old one. Got the bolts cleaned up. I'm about to put just a little bit of Loctite on there. Put the new bolts in. Or the old bolts, rather. So I got the rotor on both sides. Got the axle cleaned up with a rag. The little spacer cleaned up. I got some chain and cable lube here. I'm going to stick on the inside of this spacer and on the axle itself when I stick it through there.
Okay.
All right, so I just did this side, put the speed sensor back on and the brakes and caliper. So how you do the brakes on these, you pop this cover off, then you pull this pin, pull out that little screw right there, and pull the pads out. But first, put something in between there and pry that open.
This don't look easy at all. That train don't look easy at all, fam.
A rock come out of my tire and killed my mirror.
Oh, damn.
All right, so I got the front wheel mounted. Everything's on there like it's supposed to be. But see, the front fender is touching right now and needs to be raised up. I got these things right here that bolt in there and raises the fender up that much. But these bolts go in there because the nut's already made in there and the thread's different. So now I got to go to the parts house, get some nuts for this one and some.
I don't know much about this, but it seems like it's something I need to get into just in case, right? Just so I could be aware and know my way around that kind of stuff.
Bolts this size that'll screw in there. To be continued.
The audio sounds crazy in person. Bodying it. Not only is it like him going crazy with the lyricism and the breath control, but he's also having a fun time. Oh, dang, it just went straight into the next video. I was enjoying the vibe so much. I was enjoying the vibe so much. It just went straight in. It went straight into the next video. Yeah, I thought that was dope. I definitely learned a lot, especially towards the end of the video. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. That was some good content right there.